This is the nighttime edition of Daytime Today. We're on a little late tonight. That's right, bitches. I'm James Lott Jr. We'll see if anybody comes on. Have you missed me? I did. I think I did one show last week, and that's it. I am back. It's a nighttime edition. I guess daytime today could be nighttime. What's going on? I had a recording that didn't work. Somebody didn't show up. So let me come on and say hello to everybody. It's 75 degrees in Los Angeles right now. I cannot believe it. And it's 7:19 at night. I'm like, this is crazy. This is crazy. 75 degrees. I'm wearing a tank top. I'm in the dark. I got fans going. I got my cold drink. I see them. If you're not following my Patreon, I have 3 tiers: $5, $10, $20. You get something for everything. Every tier you get some new material of me, James Lott Jr., and my friends, my famous friends. So check that out. Subscribe. Help me out. I'm trying to get to like 10 people. I got 7, I think, right now. And after a couple of months, you get a free gift from me. That's some fun. It's patreon.com/James Lott Jr. Check it out. I post all kinds of stuff on there, stuff that no one else gets to see. So check me out, patreon.com/James Lott Jr. Also, I should put that, I'm gonna change my name. Can I change my name? Let's see. Video settings. I'm gonna explore on here. What can I do on here? While you guys are here with me. Hi, Jill. Let's see what's going on. Video settings. Chat, Zoom, recording, profile. I don't know how to do this. How do I do this? Dang, I'm like, I don't know how to change the name. There's a way to do it. I just totally forgot how to do it. Oh, is that it? More. Rename. There we go. That's what we're going to do. There we go. That's me. Okay. Let's see. Let me close that so I can see you guys. Hello, Michelle Buchanan. It's 75 degrees. It's hot. It's crazy. That's all I'm going to do. Drinking this sparkling water with lemonade from Costco. Costco lemonade, that Kirkland brand, is huge, like $2.99. That's your tip for today. So hi everybody. I'm sorry I've been gone. Thank you everybody. First of all, thank you for your well wishes to my family about our dog Jerry, who passed away suddenly day before Easter. Devastating for our we're still feeling it. My parents are deciding another dog, so they're looking for that right now. We are a rescue family. We rescue dogs. We adopt, don't shop in our family. There are a lot of dogs that need homes. So I said they're gonna look for another one. We are 3rd dog in like 6 years. I mean, it's crazy. My dog died and their dog died. What's going on here? But Jerry lived a good life, so he was good. So no problems there. But we're going to do that again. Thanks for all your well wishes so much. Thank you. I'm caught up on today's episodes of Bold and Beautiful and YNR. But if you hadn't watched, Bold and Beautiful and General Hospital, if you didn't watch our shows yesterday, oh my God. We did it all. We covered it all yesterday. All this, and if you watched YNR yesterday, I was crying. Me and Amanda cried our way through the show. I have not watched it yet. I know I was crying. It triggered me, the whole thing. We did Bold and Beautiful. I interviewed Diamond White, who plays Paris. Bold and Beautiful. We talked about her hair and everything else. Hi, Deirdre Bingham. We talked about that. We talked about, and then I did General Hospital with Frank. We talked it out. I talked soaps yesterday. It's like 6 hours, so I couldn't talk no more. So that's all out there. You can watch them all out there. They're there. So check those out. Subscribe to our pages. But on Instagram, it's Bold Beautiful Universe and YNR Mini Spotlight. Check those out. JLJ Media, James Lott Jr. I post all kinds of fun stuff. That's the thing. I have so much content coming out of my ears. I post things everywhere. I'm on TikTok too, kids. I'm a TikTok star. I post things on TikTok. That's James Lott. Everything's James Lott Jr. I make it so simple that you can't even get there. Yes, GH was great today. You see my title, Carly and Harmony? What? Okay, so I will talk a little bit because I save mine for my stuff on Sundays with Frank. I save, but I will talk a little bit about some of the stuff. Yes, we were all emotional. Yes, I was just like, oh my God. I was worn out yesterday. I slept really good last night. Trust me. GH, I'll start with GH. The Harmony thing, that huge, I know, my God, that huge. I mean, okay, I did this yesterday. That needle was like this big. She's like, so, I mean, what's going on, Carly? What are you doing? I'm like, she can't see that. Then when she came at her, it was like, oh my God, this thing's coming at me. It was huge. I couldn't stop laughing. But I didn't see that coming. I was like, somehow Carly's getting involved. But they always think Carly involved in everything, right? But it was like, really? I did not see that coming. And they started fighting. I was like, Carly's rough. She comes from Florida. She's rough. But spoiler alert. And watched. Apparently, Harmony won. And there's that cliff again. Where is that cliff in Port Charles? It's grass and it's a cliff. Where's that at? I don't know what that is. Interesting. So anyway, so that's happening. It's gonna come to probably a close this week. We got Alexis coming there and everything. So I'm tired of the Liz thing. I'm tired. I haven't watched Y&R Day yet. I'm gonna watch that after this. I have to watch that. And I have to watch When Calls the Heart. I gotta do those tonight. I haven't watched it yet. James Silbanis. James, well, thank you for your vulnerability display and saying, oh, thank you. Sorry, let me read that. James, I want to thank you for your vulnerability that you displayed yesterday during the Y&R recap. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I am a very real person, you guys. I cry on TV. I laugh on TV. I tell my truth and shame the devil every day. It's not fun for me. I know it wasn't always that way. But I share it, right? So I appreciate that. You appreciate that. I was a crying mess yesterday. But that's the good thing about the soap. The soap is the soap. That's what soaps can do sometimes. Soaps can be relatable. Soaps can be touching. Soaps can trigger. Soaps can be all these things. And it did for me and Amanda. It hit us, and Tammy was holding it together. And last week was a good week on Y&R. We did not like it, but it was a good week on Y&R. I like that Ray's dead, but still the performances were amazing. I gotta watch it, Jill. I gotta watch it tonight. I'll watch it. I'll do my recap after I watch it. I'll probably watch that first in Y&R. So there's that. But the Harmony thing, I was like, what? And then Michael's getting on my goddamn nerves. He bugs the shit out of me. That character is so unlikable. I remember when Michael was likable. He was the likable one in the family. He's so unlikable. The direction that they're making him go as an adult, I'm like, what? And so he hates Sonny. And Sonny was like not wrong. Sonny brought up like, well, I remember I found her in bed with Jax that time. And he just, oh, whatever. Like, what goes on between Carly and Sonny is between Carly and Sonny. Sorry, Michael. They're grown folks. Sonny was right. That's between them. They've been going back and forth before you were born. Well, no, it was after you were born because we had Jason. But that whole thing is none of your business, Michael. And you're just, and Carly can take care of herself. She'll need you trying to stick up for her. Trust me. I was going to call myself a quartermain, but I'm like who? I'm like, oh my God. But I'll tell you, when Sonny said, oh, I won't forget this. But if you want me to forgive, you have to beg. I'm like, that's right, Sonny. You tell him, Sonny. That's right. Oh, DJ, you wasn't here. I know I was crying with you. I wasn't here on my phone in tears listening to I can't say anymore. I know I lost it first. And Amanda lost it at some point. And Tammy sat there, she just, Right, this is where Michael draws the line. Oh yeah, Marshall, AAJR72, don't get me started on Marshall. That character, the guy who's playing him is doing his best. He's doing what he can to play the storyline. Like Curtis had a look at his face like the rest of us, like when he said, there's none of this fire. Curtis got ghetto for a second. I love when Curtis went to Don Douglas a little ghetto. He got a little ghetto. He was like, ain't none of this fire that's worth nothing. Nothing that you need to leave your children. It's like, and when he said it was like, oh, well, you got arrested at protest and they put you in an institution. That's it? Like, that's it? And I was like, that's it. I mean, Chris was like, that's it. And homeboy, well, I'm not going to tell you what's going on. Like, oh my God, we're never going to know, you guys. Literally, it's going to be 2025, 2030. I'll be sitting here on this program telling you what happened with Marshall. They don't want to tell us. They really don't want to tell us what's going on. I'm just like, and he missed his boat after all that. Kids, I don't know. I'm over that whole thing. Yes, and oh my God, and Chase and Brooklyn just get it together. There's one thing about making us have to wait and whatever. I get it. It's part of soap stuff. I get it. We're not at the point. It's like, let's go ahead and just do it, kids. Let's do it. So there's that song. So that's, going on. On Bold, Sheila is in the room. Uh-oh, Steffi. Sheila's in the room. Somebody need to come by there. She's looking at everything. And Steffi laying there knocked out. Like, uh-oh. What's going on there? She can't wake up. And Brooke needs to sit. Just go home. Brooke needs to go home. I'm so over Brooke and Hope too. Oh my God, the way they're making that. I mean, I love the actors, of course. I love them both. But the way they're making them play them, like Taylor is just like, she has a right. I love Taylor. She's like, no, we're not telling her nothing until she can handle it. And Taylor keeps saying what I'm thinking. I'm like, it just happened yesterday, bitches. She's like, it's been a day. It's like, calm down. So at some point, yes, we got to tell her the truth. It's been one day. Like, hello. Oh my goodness. It's just like, wow. If you want us to hate Brooke and Hope, I'm like, I almost want Liam to get back to Stephanie just to get back at those two bitches. Like, yeah. It's just so. I'm like, oh my God. It was just like the way they're playing them. And then of course they give. And hello, Quarter. Hello, Quarter. Get them back together. Stats. Hello, James from Clinton, Mr. Maryland. Oh, Maryland. Well, you're late over there. It's 10:30 for you. But hello. I'm just like the way that they are playing some of these characters, and we still haven't seen Finn or anything on that side of the family. It's just so weird to me. As a writer producer myself, I'm just like, I understand maybe for a while you folks gonna say, but there's nothing with Finn. We had Lee for a second, and that was it. Sheila, I mean, there's no Jack. There's no, like, we don't see the, I mean, are we waiting? I almost feel like they must be waiting. It's only been a couple of days. So they must be waiting for Steffi, who's going to remember later this week at some point. You saw the previews and remember that she's going to go to the morgue to see him possibly. That was going to happen to have a big goodbye. I'm trying to believe in Bold, thinking that we haven't seen the last of Tanner yet. I feel like there's something possibly there. What do you guys think? I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking that's could be happening, and maybe that's why we just haven't seen it. It's like so weird that we haven't seen nothing. That's interesting. It's an interesting choice. Hello, Leopardess. It's a very interesting choice that they have not shown us any of them. Right. It's like, it's very odd. It's a choice. I just don't understand it. So I don't know. I'm just like, I'm gonna keep holding. I'll keep watching. Of course, that's what I do. I keep watching, and so it's just very interesting. They didn't. It is odd. It's odd. So yeah. So I haven't watched Wine today, so I can't comment on that. I haven't watched. Let's say When Comes to Heart. Yes, I can't comment on that. A new Twitter's coming apparently. Possibly Elon Musk. I always thought, why isn't I just bought on Twitter? Like, so okay, just buy Twitter. I'm curious, my friend. I'm gonna stay on Twitter. We'll see what happens. We'll see how this goes. Like, will anything really change, or will it stay the same? Twitter is crazy, you guys. I have friends who are on Twitter on purpose, actors and non-actors who are on Twitter, because Twitter is bonkers. People go crazy on there. I kind of stay on there like it's because I have a lot of fans on there, of course. Talk to you guys, a great way to promote stuff, but also the craziest on there. And sometimes the crazy gets my nerves, and sometimes I'm here for it. I'm here for the comments. Does anyone think that Twitter is going to get even wilder or Elon Musk at the helm? He's a huge free speech advocate, less than choosers. I know, Sylvanus, I know. I'm like, this could be very interesting. This could be very interesting. To see if things will really change or will it open up more. And Twitter is already crazy. It's already bonkers. It's bonkers most of the time. There's some folks on Twitter that make me laugh. Like my Matt Hanvey and a few of those folks. Some folks say stuff that makes me laugh. Oh my God. And I'll take that. I'm telling you guys, follow the Sheila Carter, follow Finn's Ghosts. Those accounts make me laugh every day. Every day, make me laugh. Yeah, I wonder if he'll let, yeah, Finn's, yeah, exactly. I wonder if Trump will come back on. That'll be interesting. So Twitter can't get, come on, girl. So Twitter can't get worse. It's crazy talk. I'm telling you, I had Diamond White on my show yesterday, and we talked about the hair. She brought it up first. And I was like, she's aware of the negative comments towards her hair. It's just like Twitter is crazy. It's bonkers. It is. And these fans demand, not ask, but demand be heard and seen. Woo! I'm just like that. I mean, it is. I mean, I see some stuff and I'm just like, really? Okay. That's kind of crazy. But I think it can get worse. I think it totally can get worse. It's getting worse already. Shit. I'm trying to stay on. I've been on there since the beginning, since 2009 when nobody was on it. I've been on this whole time. So I've been on for 11 years, 13 years. I've been on Twitter. And I've been on there and I've seen all the changes. I've seen it when nobody was on it. I saw it when people thought it was going to close down. Diamond's the bomb. I made a new friend, and she is. You follow her channel, Okay, I'm Diamond on Instagram. She's going to start doing Mental Health Mondays. Now she's bipolar and has anxiety, and so she is talking about it openly. And so I think Diamond is 23. That's how old she is. She's not that old, but she's been around for a long time. Has done a lot of different things. She's been on Broadway. She's done X Factors. She's done a lot of stuff. Singing, acting. Her songs are good. I love Diamond. We had a really great time, and she's a beautiful young woman. So fuck you all who think she's not beautiful. You can kiss my grits. She is a beautiful young woman. Beauty comes in all shades and shapes and sizes and hair colors and everything. You may not be attracted to someone, but people can still be beautiful. That's how I look at that. But she's beautiful inside and out, and she is open to learning. She's open to getting her life, and she loves the business, and she's creative, and she's quirky. Yeah, we need more of that. That's what creative is supposed to be. Yeah, Maurice Bernard saw, because of you, Leopardess, Maurice Bernard says he'll try to reach out to her. I think I love that show. So and maybe one day I'll be on there too. Who knows? I'll probably be crying. You know me, I'll cry and everything. I haven't watched my episode yesterday of Wide Arm, but I'm afraid to see myself crying. I don't look myself crying. But I'm sure people already told me they've seen it. I'm like, it's me. I've cried on TV before. It's not gonna be the first, won't be the last time. Whew. I feel things deeply. I'm a Taurus. My birthday's in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from tomorrow. I'll be 53 years old. I haven't shaved, so I feel like I look old right now, but I'm going to try to youthen myself. I'm trying to plan a trip somewhere, and that's the next part I'm trying to do. And it's getting really hard. I'm trying to plan this trip, and people are trying to get my way. I want to go away for like 3 days. Because on my 50th, I didn't do anything. 51st, I couldn't do anything because of the lockdown. 52nd, couldn't do anything because of vaccinations. So now 53, I'm gonna go out there and have some fun. Away from Los Angeles. My drinks almost gone. But yeah, the soaps are on fire right now. I haven't watched Days Today yet either. On it too. But again, I'm all about just, yes, there's storylines we don't like, there's storylines we do like, there are things we see and things we don't see. But when people attack people personally, that bugs me to no end. You can feel that way in your personal, but why you gotta say it? Why you gotta write it out? Why do you have? It's got to call it verbal diarrhea. Usually, just diarrhea of the mouth. You gotta say everything you feel, really. And I'll tell you, some people, not you guys in the chat room. Which I asked to have you. Oh, you did. Okay. What was I say? Some people who respond to our videos here, my soap videos, some of you guys, maybe not you guys in the chat room, but some of you guys say things I'm like, yeah, we said that we just repeat what we say in the show. So I don't know what that is. One day I'm gonna do the whole thing, but I'm gonna read comments again because some of the comments are hilarious. I don't know what they mean. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know what that means. And yes, there are a couple things we missed. Okay, here's another thing too, kids. Each show is supposed to be an hour. That's how it's supposed to be. Each show. We had found the longer we go, the more people don't really watch. We can't do a 3-hour podcast. Some folks do. Some people do it. I don't want to do that. I won't talk for 3 hours. Sure, about the same show. So we try to break it down in an hour. There have been times we've done an hour and a half, possibly 2 hours. Sometimes we do an hour and a half. General Hospital has a lot of content, usually. It's all over the place. It's like all over the place. So we try to cover it. Now with Bold, it's faster. But like yesterday, we have talking about it a lot and went longer than we expected. Days and Wine are medium in terms of lots of storylines. A lot of times I'll focus on a couple of storylines that week. So we try to do as much as we can. Sometimes we can't get everything. So if we miss something, we just miss it. You saw what happened on the show. We try to talk as much as we can. We try to cover. I take notes as I'm watching it. So I try to, catch everything if I can. And so I'm just tired. Tired. Oh, to present. So you're not watching your beliefs, you're not watching Days right now. First we weren't doing that. That's you're right. And I have no real comment on that. I think some people, I know some folks who they know it's a TV show, they watch it, no big deal. Other people, they just that's their beliefs. I'm tired of possession storyline too. Yeah, some of our other counterparts go on for long times. So I'm just like, I just can't. I'm just like, I can't. I don't want to talk that long. Which I get to the point. I mean, I go as long as I watch the clock, but I also go as long as the conversations last. I mean, the conversations are heated, they last. Then Jill, Paul, not come back to Young and Restless. I'm sorry to tell you, they don't want him on the show. He's not coming back. How can I say this? I've heard things. That's all I can say. Now, I've asked Doug Davidson to come on my show many times, and he has not come on my show. So I don't have no loyalty to him whatsoever. But I'd love to have him on the show and talk to him about his time. He's a legendary part of Y&R. But he's never. I want him on the show, and he's never come on my show. And he tweets, and also he does all this stuff. He's very active on social media. But he's not coming back. I highly, if he comes back, I'd be very surprised. I highly doubt it. Unfortunately, that's all I can really say on here. I just highly doubt that he'll be back. But we do a lot of stuff. They did Jordan So Dirty on YNR. Jordan, like he died. Oh, Jordy. I was like, give me a second, Jordy, like he died. I'm like, no, he didn't do anything. I'll tell you some details. I know a few things. I worked with them. He didn't piss anybody off. Nothing bad happened behind the scenes with him. And my sister is texting me. I'm sorry. Nothing happened behind the scenes. It's a choice they made. It's a weird choice. I think it's a writer's choice. I think we didn't see him. They died off screen. But I personally don't think there's anything, and I know Jordan, I don't think anything really happened behind the scenes. To me, it's a shame they cut him because he's Latino. There's no Latinos on, there's hardly any Latinos. Please don't come at me again with this Latino thing. I was saying there's hardly any Latinos on daytime. There are a few, but there's hardly any Latinos who play Latino on daytime. We've had this discussion last month. I don't want to have it again. You guys are getting on my nerves about it. But I'm just saying, the truth is there are very few Latino people playing Latino characters on daytime. So I'm pissed about that. But the same with Tanner Novlin for Finn. It's a weird choice, DC. So I'm saying that I agree, it's a weird choice. They didn't show him unless they're going to show him in a morgue or something. I mean, I don't know what's happening. There's something. I think it's a weird choice, but he didn't pay. I don't think there's any bad blood behind the scenes. Hello. See, here's the thing, because they didn't have to kill him off because him and Chelsea were leading towards something. So they didn't have to kill him off but I think they wanted something dramatic. And some folks were saying, and maybe you'll agree with this, Ray would never cheat on Sharon. He's a good guy. And I don't think they wanted to go there. And the only way Sharon would possibly leave Ray is if he died. And now Sharon and Nick get back together. I want Sharon and Nick back together. I like Sharon and Nick, so I'm a fan of theirs. There isn't, DC, right? There is not. The Vegas on Wine on LTL. Roselle's family is gone. All of them. They're all gone. Days only has Gabby and Rafael Hernandez. That's it. And then I know you guys, if someone else tells me, one more person says Sonny's Latino, it don't matter. Sonny does not play Latino on the show. He just plays he's Carintha, just plays, there's no cultural stuff going on with him. It's just, and all of his kids, none of them speak Spanish or talk like there's nothing there. Yes, in real life, he's Latino. Same thing with Nicholas Chavez. He plays Spencer. Spencer plays a Greek Russian. Yes, he is of Latino descent in real life. He's not playing a Latino. I'm just saying there's very few Latinos playing Latinos. It's in Hollywood. Sometimes Latinos can play all these other kind of characters. They play Italian. There just really isn't. Exactly. So I'm saying Sonny's does. Yes, his mother was Latino on the show. We never seen his mother. Remember, that's all. Well, maybe some flashbacks, but she's never been on the show. Check out the coffee house. Yes, and folks. Okay, there are some people talking about now they're trying to push Tariah to get married. Well, first of all, I think actually Ray would want them to continue and get married. I really do think that's. I think actually that is something he would want to have happen. And they could do some tribute to Ray at the wedding. Do all kind of stuff. I think he would want them to continue to get married and have a celebration. I think Ray would want that. So I don't know. Exactly, Katana. And once in a blue moon, that's it. I'm saying we have very few Latinos playing Latinos on the shows. For Latino, to have somebody who's Mexican or Central American or South American turns on a TV and goes, "Oh, I see myself represented." Very few people. We had this discussion last month. Some of you guys were screaming at me because I was like, "You didn't add Sonny. You didn't add Sonny. Sonny is not. I'm sorry. He's with white women. The shit is not. He's not. I don't really have representation. But in real life, he talks about his is Latino-ness. That's off camera. Ray's mother was played by Eva LaRue. Yes, we love. I interviewed Eva LaRue. I love Eva. I interviewed her, and when she won the Emmy, you can check it here. Wyoming Spotlight. Eva LaRue. I interviewed her, and we had a great time. So I'm just saying, right? Back in the day, they had Latinos on. Back in the day, a bunch on General Hospital in the '90s and early 2000s. Yes, there you go, Krista. There you go. We talked about Brooke and Maya. I went off about it earlier. She needs to calm down. I've been on for a while. Actually, how long I've been on? Yes. Soraya's gonna go on his schedule. Okay. I've been on 30 minutes already. Wow. Okay. No, I'm glad it's gonna happen. I'm glad it's gonna happen. Good. I think it should happen. I think it should happen, and I think it should be out there. And why not? Or why not? Go ahead and have it happen, I think, folks. We need some good stuff. I'll write that down. Yes. I think it's good. Oh my God. I see what you guys all came on at nighttime. I know for some of you guys it's late. I usually don't come on this late, but for some of you guys, I know it's really late. Well, I won't get into a Latino conversation again. I did that once before, but I was just like, I just want to make that point is that I'm sad about Ray being gone because the last of Latinos on that show. So no, right. I actually, Krista, I'm agree with Krista. I will say that Y&R and Days and General Hospital actually have a lot of melanin on the shows. There's a lot on there right now. There's a lot of brown folks. Now, if we like the storylines, are they doing them justice? That's another story. But I'm just saying, we go back to I love talking race. You know that, folks. I'll give points to Days and to General Hospital. They have a lot. There's some scenes where it's only Black folks. I was like, wow. I was like, okay. I was like, that's interesting. I did not. I was like, that's very interesting. And why not cheap? But here's the thing. I don't like every storyline they're in. And there are times when I feel like do disservice to them. I just it's nothing's random, DC. So just trust me. Nothing's done randomly. It's all thought out. The soaps are very thought out. But sometimes there's a lot of things going behind the scenes that I wish I could tell you. I just can't tell. It's not my place to tell. There's just things that go on that it's not as big as we think it is as soap fans. That's the thing. It's not as how can I say this? Soap fans assume a lot of stuff a lot of times. They'll say like, oh, I wonder if it's this, that. Like a lot of times it's none of that. Sometimes it is that. Sometimes it's worse than you think it is, and sometimes it's not as bad as you think it is. It's like the other. It's a machine. And I guess that's what I'm trying to say. It's a lot of it is a machine, and sometimes it's about them just not factoring certain things in. There's no concentrated effort. They're not trying to ruin your show. They're not trying to not add sort of. They just don't think about it. There's you know what I mean. There's like certain things they just don't think about. And it's just overlooked. So there's certain things that I talk about on my shows. It's completely like it's just overlooked. That's the that's the thing. You have to kind of realize that sometimes it's very thought out, and sometimes it's thought out enough, but not. There's certain things that's not brought into. I do. I know. Trust me. I know stuff. Trust me. It's I think that we sometimes we assume certain things and it's like that's not it at all. For some things it's not even that serious and off camera. It's not even that. Sometimes it's the actor. Sometimes it's pay. They don't make as much money as people think they make on these shows. They don't. And there's just things that go down they're just not, and some of the stuff is network. Sometimes it's network that comes in and makes a decree. Sometimes it's just writers who just on paper think this would work. And the problem, I've had this talk before on the show, the problem is 100 people can watch the same show and have 100 different ideas. So when fans say that the soap should listen to them, then who should they listen to? That's the problem, right? Because I think I have the answer. Krista may think she has the answer. Natasha may think she has the answer. Nicole thinks she has the like. Who do they listen to? If there are 100 different things, well, then who should you listen to? That's the problem now. That's the problem. And so I think we have to be really cognizant of that, because it's like there's sometimes where most of us agree that we don't like a certain storyline. Peter. But I saw some Peter fans up there. I was shocked. I'm like, people like Peter? There are folks who like Peter. I was shocked, right? Me even saying his name right now makes me want to throw up. I hate that storyline. Didn't like the acting, nothing. But I'm like, but see, if you say this to fans, then who do you listen to? Because I'm saying, well, I think it should be this. I think, I think Marshall should never came back. Why? Because this Marshall storyline, I see like everybody in chat room kind of agrees. The Marshall storyline is tired. It's so tired that it's tired. Like, I mean, just tell us already. Like, just like, what is going on? So you're a Peter fan. See, there you go. They say, like, you're a Peter fan. So I'm like, really? I hated that story. I hated him. So I thought the acting was atrocious, everything. So I'm like, but see, who do you listen to? Me? Or do you listen to DC Soaps? Because he's like, well, he thinks it was working. He thought it was working. I thought it wasn't. So like, which one of us? So I said, it's really tough. I would never be in that position. I would never be in a position of a soap writer producing, because it's like now there's folks who want certain folks for certain folks. As soon as this whole thing happened with Stephanie McGinn going, Leah, my husband, everybody was hated the couple of Liam and Steffi were talking. No steam. I kept saying, they may not go the way you think they are. This has just happened. Let's see what happens. And now the preview's showing that she remembers Finn. So I was like, just sometimes you gotta sit back and watch. Even myself, I gotta sit back and watch and see what happens before I fully give my opinion. But everybody gives their opinion every day, of course. I just want to see the writers' vision of the show and hope they know what they're doing. That's the point, right? Are they doing that? I mean, J-Sam, oh my God. I know, here's my thing. Remember, I was like, I liked J-Sam a long time ago. It just seemed like Kelly Monaco was bored. Oh, I thought they thought they were she was bored. So I was like, and when Homegirl came on, Lindsay Hartley as Sam, she was more excitable. I was like, okay, I'll take that. I was like, but see, there are folks who like liaison fans who want Jason and Elizabeth back together. I like Drew and Elizabeth. I actually like them. But there are folks who want Drew and Carly or Drew and Britt. So it's kind of like Jack Wagner's not going back to General Hospital. He's on Wayne Calls the Heart right now. He's doing just fine there. He made an appearance on Bold and Beautiful recently, but that's it. Yeah, Finn got that Liberty Bibbity money. That's what he's doing. He got that Liberty Bibbity. He's working it out. Yes, the worst thing a show can do is allow us to change their minds on storylines because of a certain fan group's orchestrated reaction. And we also have to remember, the characters that we hate a lot of times, the are doing a good job. The chick who plays Ezra's doing a great job. We're supposed to hate her. She's doing a great job. I hate Harmony. She's doing a great job. The actress doing a great job. So it's not like, yeah, I mean, that's But I saw a Sprina fan. My first mention of Sprina. Let's see, kids. I think it was Nicole. You said about Sprina. Let's see. I'm a Sprina fan, but there are certain people who are not. I'm not sure if they'll ever be together. Um, well, Sprina fans again all over the place too, because I'm like, they're all like, it has to be what's her name? Sydney Michaela. Sydney Michaela decided to go to college. People were pissed at her. I saw some of these comments. I'm like, let the young girl go to college. Let the black girl get an education. From a good school, UCLA, let her get a good school. But Jocelyn, is she not Eve McCoy? They have two separate worlds. Their lives are separate. I was like, let her go get education. Acting will always be there. We're sad. We love her as Trina. We loved her. But I was like, yeah, girl, go get the education. Acting is not a profession that's stable. Not at all, people. It's not stable at all. So yeah, girl, get the education, girl. Get out there and do it. Folks are mad at her. So to be cast at the role. I think Tabyana Ali is doing a great job. And actually, I like that she's a little darker. And she's got them braids and everything. I like her. I like New Jordan too. They do. I agree. DC, I agree with you. They have an edge. They have grace. I like them. That new Jordan's super tall. I was like, shit, she's like tall. She's a basketball player? Shit. But my thing is, yeah, it's understandable. You have to get used to her. You know, you get used to her. Get used to her. It's going to take some time to get used to her, yes. But I think she's doing a fine job as an actress. And if it's not working, they can always get somebody else, right? I mean, it's nothing's set in stone. And that's what subs do. There are a lot of black actresses out there who won't work. She's not the only one. So life, it can work out. I'm saying that's the whole thing. People just, and Twitter, we have to remember, Twitter is just a small portion. It's loud, it's mighty, it can rabble rouse, but it's a small portion of what the world. I have friends who are not on Twitter. I have friends who are not, don't read some digest. They just watch the show. And yes, I do. I like some dark chocolate on TV. We come in every shade. And I think why not? And I would say General Hospital does have every shade basically on there. Same with Days, and same with General Hospital. There are a lot of black folks out there. I'm shocked. Now, some of them need some stories. That's another story. We'll get to that, but for now, there's some rotation on there. You know, I just think that there are so many good actors out there of all nationalities who just don't get a fair chance when it comes to daytime. They just don't. I like her acting, but I hate when they do her makeup. Like, stop putting that dark lipstick on her skin, on her, where skin does not match. It comes from Twitter. I guess that's an aesthetic choice. Some dark skinned women are told not to wear certain colors on their face and certain colors, certain types of makeup. Diamond, I talked about her dyeing her hair different colors. So, you know, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I guess, again, you're right to not like, you don't like her braids. Like you say, you don't like her braids, it's fine. But it's those folks who are talking shit about her braids and saying she was not pretty with the braids. That, to me, that's uncalled for, necessary. It's the hair choice. People change their hair all the time. And some hairstyles work better than others for some people. Some folks love my head shaved. Some like me with hair. It's just a preference. But if they start telling my hair was ugly and I was ugly, then screw that. Dark-skinned people should wear bright colors. I agree with that. You know, yes, we have to work that out. I don't know who's in the makeup rooms of these shows. I know for a while they do their own makeup because of COVID. So yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. But I love seeing black folks in different kinds of clothes, different looks, just like everybody else. Just like everybody else. That's the whole thing. Just like everybody else. So yes. So yeah, I don't know. But I love seeing that there's. I'm not dark at all. You see, I'm not dark, but I love dark skinned people. I love seeing that represented on screen because that's like the last group of the black folks to be represented. When I was growing up, being light skinned was everything, and I'm just like, that's just so wrong. That is not. That's just completely wrong. Completely wrong. It just shouldn't matter. The beauty comes in all shades. I mean, Curtis ain't light skinned and he's hot. Lauren St. Victor ain't light skinned and he hot. Sean was not light skinned, he was hot too. Let me tell you, they were not, yeah, Shamar Moore was hot. He was light skinned, he was hot. But Crystal St. John was hot too, and he was medium brown. But I'm talking about the darker ones. Sean was hot, Curtis is hot, Lauren St. Victor is hot. They're hot. I think everybody can agree they're hot. And they're on the darker side of life. I heard Viola Davis in the show though. It's why I know that Viola Davis is part of the First Ladies. I don't want to say yet. The Wards, they were dark skinned, yeah. Justice and all them, yeah. Well, Mary May was brown, but the rest of them, yeah, they're good. So I'm just saying, I think hotness there. I'll take hotness wherever I can get it. I'll take hotness wherever I can get it. But I know there's folks who are like, it's a preference. I have a hard time believing. I think to me, that means there's something wrong with you. If you can't find someone good looking in every race. So you're telling me that you saw somebody Asian, that there's nobody Asian in the whole world you would find hot. I have a hard time believing it. I think that's to me, it's just you're stopping yourself. You're telling me you can't find one Latino guy hot, or a black guy hot, or Middle Eastern guy hot, or indigenous person hot. Like, you tell me there's nobody ever that you just never just none of them are hot. So when I say preference, I understand you make over certain types. You might look at certain things first. I'm just saying, but those I just can't. I just never found a black person attractive. Really, like there's no black people in the world. None. You tell me none in the world. Really? Like, come on. It's like, I understand shape, size, and things like that. There's I know folks who like only tall people or bigger or shorter, that kind of stuff. But I'm talking about race itself. I'm like, I pretty much found somebody hot in every race I can think of that I've seen. So I don't know about you guys, but I have. Men and women I've seen are hot. So to me, there's some racism going on there. I'll just say it. How you can be talking about race? I ain't even trying to talk about race this time. I always end up talking about race. Because I'm always fighting for equality. Yeah, it's got me going that direction here at 8:00 at night here in Los Angeles. See, Filipino, same thing. My first girlfriend was Filipino. Oh, like, what happens? Yes, exactly. I see Filipinos who are hot. Oh yeah. Bruce Lee. Okay, go on, Bruce Lee. There you go. It does. It comes also. It does. It just really does. I saw a thing on TikTok about big noses. That's it. So there you go. Some of us have bigger noses. Some of us have wider noses. Poor Michael Jackson and that family. They were like, oh yeah. But yes, I have an African American nose. I'm not making it smaller, and I'm keeping it. He's like skinny, yeah. He was sleeping on Filipino man. Oh, okay, go. Well, there you go, Cherie. You see some sanctuaries all on it, apparently. Mm-hmm. He's talking about the Filipino men's. So yes. That's kind of funny. But I don't know, I got on race. I was talking about Twitter and Brooke and everybody. So I'm gonna get off. I'm so glad 36 of you have come on to see me and then talk about stuff. I can't believe it, you guys. I just, I love doing this. I do. I love talking to you guys. I'm glad you guys, I keep saying guys. I love talking to you all. I gotta stop saying guys. I love talking to you all. It's so much fun. Look at the chat room and reading your comments and seeing what you have to say as you react to me, react to each other. But it's so much fun. I love this. I'm gonna try to keep doing this more and more. Sorry, last week was a rough week for me last week. So hopefully I can pull it together this week. As I lead into my birthday in the next couple of weeks. But everybody, please, good night. I love you all. Please, good night, good night, good night. I'll try to do it again tomorrow. I'll try to do it again tomorrow. I think I can actually. I'll try. I'll do it again tomorrow. But thanks, and so some of you guys who I've never seen before, welcome to. Hopefully you've all subscribed to my channel and hit the little thumbs up, the likes. Do that for me. And I guess all Lotties. That's right. We're all Lotties. That's right. You guys are all my Lotties. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you later. Bye.